project today is for her to practice the skills needed to motivate the team members through the completion of a project. And the purpose is for her to share some aspect of her experience motivating the team members through the completion of a project. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rita. Over to you, Toastmaster Ritu. You can start.
Quiet, shy, soft-spoken, smiles politely. Could she possibly speak up in a group? Could she possibly lead a team? These were the thoughts of anybody who met her for the first time. Did you have those thoughts about me as well? I won't judge you for your thoughts because even I had those thoughts about myself until I didn't. Good evening, presiding officer, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. I was never a class captain, club president, nor willingly led any group assignments during my college or my school life. But life had other plans for me because as soon as I completed my MBA, I was pushed into situations where I had to prove my worth and myself through leadership assignments. My first supervisory assignment was leading a group of 4 people where two members were senior to me, one being specially 10 years older. No business school prepares you for this, and definitely being the youngest child in the family did either. With some ups and surely some downs, I have managed to lead teams for the past 6 years now, and I learned everything on the job. Every single time it feels different, but yet fulfilling at the same time. But all of the members in your team bring their own different history, expertise, and experiences. So how do you manage all of that and motivate them to achieve the goals that you have set, especially when it's a voluntary role and money isn't involved? Being the chartered VPPR of North Mandu Toastmasters Club last year, it was a different experience than what I had so far in my life. My main motive of becoming a VPPR of Toastmaster Club was to expand my network and represent my club externally. And in addition, I also had to manage a social media page for the club professionally for the very first time. Creating a brand out of scratch sounded like a challenge, and as usual, I was up for it. But there are so many things a new club needs to do to conduct its PR activities. So I was always on the hunt for my team of associate VPPRs from the very first day. But unlike the club officers, they do not receive an external recognition like a certificate from District 41 director. So why would anyone be motivated to work with me alongside to achieve the club's PR activities? And then I realized that taking up the VPPR position was just 1% of the work done. And the rest 99% was revolved around answering these 3 questions from my team. Why should I work with you? Without a certificate, the only way I could motivate my team was to align their interest with the project objectives, which was to build new connections with new people, or to learn new skills to make flyers, social media posts, etc. And I also put in some extra coaxing strategy and told them that if they performed well as associate VPPRs, they would have an advantage to become the Vice President of Public Relations next term. Not everyone I approached accepted to become the associate VPPR because their interest didn't match what I offered. Not taking this rejections personally, I restarted the process with other prospects and eventually managed to land 3 associate VPPRs for my team. Why should I follow the rules? So everybody wonders why they have to do what they do. So in this case, we have to follow Toastmasters brand guidelines, and to encourage them to use the Toastmasters brand guidelines, I made sure that at least one of the flyers that they designed were submitted for the District 41 flyer designing competition. And this also gave a way to value their contributions of time and effort that they put in every alternate week. Why should I follow the rules? What do I receive in the short run? Even a small compliment or appreciation to your team members can go miles to boost their confidence or their motivation. And if they make an error, let them know that it's not the end of the world, and to err is just human. I also made sure I took their ideas, feedback, and votes before starting any PR activities. And this way, I ensured that I had their ownership and visibility throughout all of the PR activities. All in all, even after answering these 3 questions, life was life was not a bed of roses. We definitely had conflicts and disappointments, but that was exactly how we learned to work well with each other the next time around. In the end, we managed to create 770 followers out of scratch, and managed to update our 4 social media platforms regularly. And social media was the #1 way we got new leads for our clubs and converted them into new team members. But more than the numbers, there were these little moments where you see your team members grow. And like when they designed better flyers or better posts than me, or when you see them get appointed as the area PR manager instead of the vice president of public relations. Truly, these moments push me to lead one more team one more time. Over to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
So good evening, Toastmasters, and yes, once again, so here I am to evaluate Toastmaster Ritu, who was sharing some aspect of her experience in motivating the team members as VPPR of her ex-club, North Mango. And of course, the way she built upon the speech, I really liked, like how we are not, no business schools really teach us how to kind of motivate people who are older to us, or like in circumstances, and being the youngest Stanford member, how difficult it is again doing all this. So I like the way she built it up, and of course, like we know that she's a very confident speaker. Clarity, I think, is her strength, is your strength. I can't really see you. Okay, there. And clarity is your strength, and the experiences, like being a VP PR of the club, how difficult it is to extrapolate the members, and without even having any certificates, like you managed to actually have 3 associates, and how difficult it was actually to motivate your members, team members. I mean, that was clearly evident. Now, as an evaluator, I did see few of the points where you could improve. And the first one, I would say, is the preparation. Somehow today I felt that in between you were getting lost, and you were trying to remember. Of course, it happens, but then like for a speaker of your caliber, probably like preparation was slightly less, I felt. And you had a very apt topic, and being a VPPR of the club. But the 3 questions that you were trying to mention, somehow I could not get it across. It was like really confusing. Maybe the organization was not correct. So that part, I feel maybe you could have worked on a little more on it. And another suggestion is that I feel always that when in your vocal variety, you do have that vocal variety, but then probably it's a lack of pause or something. I sometimes see you speaking. I don't know what exactly is it like. It's like not straight, but like little musical. I don't know how to really put it, but like maybe you can record and you can see it for yourself, because that's how we all do that. Because you're such a confident and clear speaker. I think if you really work on that part where you can finish a sentence without really, maybe add a pause, something. I'm not able to exactly tell you. Maybe other Toastmasters will be helpful in this. Later we can always discuss. But these are the things that I wanted to recommend you. But otherwise, I mean, sharing your experience as a VPR, and you chose such a nice, apt topic for the speech, because motivating team members and all that would be very difficult. So congratulations on finishing this and this project, and would like to see you flourishing in the upcoming speeches.
Thank
Over
you.
to you, Toastmaster.
Well, this brings to the end of the first session.